Well, if there's anybody having a look, please say hello, and then I'll turn it round and let you see the rest of the station. This is Edinburgh Waverley Station. You can see it behind me now.
Right, okay, I had to do a photograph of that sign there. Right, where do we go?
The Scots sign.
Absolutely. Had to be done.
On live, nobody looking yet. There's another one of those plots. The 4 is just done as 4 straight. It's not always the case. I saw one the other day and it was at an IV before.
Okay.
So it's not kind of universal. This one way. There's another way, if you want to go up to the mound direction, I think it's straight up where the traffic would be.
The mound would, either or. I mean, I'm easy Aussie and either the mound would probably be better. Right.
So it's Market Street, Waverley Bridge, Princess Street, you know that way, how not? We won't draw long. It's Thomas Road. There you are. Let people see a bit. We're in Scotland's capital city of Edinburgh this morning. If you want to get out of it, there's the LNER, London King's Cross. This is a good one for Alexander in St. Petersburg. One special for you, Alexander. Have a look at that high-speed train. It's not going for about 13 minutes or well, more than 15 minutes. I can't wait for it to go, I'm afraid. I'm just thinking my friend Alexander in St. Petersburg will appreciate looking at these trains, especially the high-speed one. Transport is his thing. And 1 like already, yay! Brilliant. What's that about? Head or heart? Pret a manger, sandwich place. Ah, 4 people look already. Oh, and another like. This is great. Brilliant. Thank you very much, folks. Please say hello, say where you're looking in from. Especially if you're somewhere exotic, like Blantyre in Africa, or Hamilton, Canada. Or North Carolina, where Linda Jameson looks in from. Tazamak Tar, hi. Thanks very much for chatting, that's great. Too many people sit in the background and don't see anything. It's feeling nice when somebody says something. How are you today? On the Cool H in Chicago, yay!
Nice.
Love it. You're recovering from the election excitement over there. Ah, well, I have to confess, yes I do. Shouldn't get political, but...
Nice shot looking down into the down there actually.
Sorry?
Nice shot looking down all the...
So it is, once you back down towards the station. Yeah, I really don't know anybody who doesn't support Palestine, to be honest. But it depends where you live. Now that's a shot.
The pipes playing in the distance.
Can you hear the bag? Can you hear the bagpipes?
Playing Helen Cathedral.
So it is. Don't know if you're familiar with the tune, but you should look up Highland Cathedral. It's a very popular bagpipe tune. That big one there is the Scott Monument.
It's the
Thanks,
biggest.
Tazim. Yay! Nicole can hear the bagpipes.
Brilliant.
We'll be going up that way anyway, so if you hang around, you'll maybe get them, you'll hear them better.
You want some fun facts about the Scott Monument?
Fun facts about the Scott Monument from somebody else called Scott. This is Scott.
Hello everybody.
This is his monument.
Well, I wish. It's the biggest monument dedicated to an author in the world.
Is it?
It's about 200 metres tall-ish. It was a competition to see who would design the monument, and it took about 6 years, I think, to build. 7 years-ish to build. And inside is Sir Walter Scott. It is Sir Walter Scott's monument.
Yeah.
And it's one piece of marble. It's cut from
Is it one
piece.
single piece? Wow, we'll have a look at that.
And the piece of marble was from a quarry that they opened specifically for that to get done. It was
Wow.
a closed quarry.
Yeah.
So that is the biggest monument in the world, and dedicated
To an
to
author.
an author.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Walter Scott.
yeah.
His statue is just in that bit there behind the tree. So we'll go over and we'll have a look. It's right underneath the main
It's
supporting
quite
arches.
Instagrammable, and people who maybe have seen stuff on Instagram about people walking up steps and this kind of thing, that's where all those shots happen. But yeah, that's, and down the bottom there you have the Christmas market,
Yeah.
which you probably might be able to walk through just now because it's not Christmas time at the moment. So, but yeah, that's just a wee tiny pocket
Yeah.
or something. If memory serves me right, it was 1840 something, 1860 something that was put up. I can't remember, it's one or the other, but it's about late 1800s.
Yeah.
something.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's quite impressive.
That's amazing. Do you know where the marble came from? Was it marble you said?
It's
Granite?
marble.
Marble.
Yeah, it's marble.
Italian maybe.
I think it is.
Yeah.
But the quarry that they used for it was closed, for whatever reason, wasn't used, and they reopened it specifically because of the quality of the marble on it.
Yeah.
So the fact it's one piece, and the detailing on the piece itself is pretty impressive.
Can you imagine it's just doing the nose, chap, tap, tap, chink, and off goes the nose.
I think that's why it took so long to build.
But
It's one of the other things. It's a little-
maybe there were something like that. We've of course got the one that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that came out best.
So yeah, it took a few years, but it was a competition. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you need to check. I think the name George Gillespie springs to mind. An architect
Right.
who built it. So yeah, but it's impressive.
Well, that's the main station entrance. You'll go and have a look at that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the best way to come to Edinburgh is by train from Glasgow.
Yes, you do see a few
Yeah.
sites in the way.
Because if you do, you're coming in straight down there, and as you come out, there's a great tunnel between here and Haymarket Station further down the line towards Glasgow. It's only about 5 minutes in the tunnel. But if you're coming this way, you look at the train on the right hand side. So if you are coming through, make sure you sit on the right hand side, and you should be able to look out the window at the castle, which is there. And if you happen to be sitting on the other side, I can't remember if you can see the Scott Monument on the left-hand side. Which one was it?
The Last of the Mohicans.
The Last of the Mohicans?
That's the Last of the Mohicans song.
I haven't heard that one.
That's a classic. That's such a good song.
For bagpipes,
very
particularly?
emotive, yeah.
Oh, maybe give that a go, have a listen to that.
And it goes into Pickerville.
Oh, the author was Sir Walter Scott.
Sir Walter Scott.
He wrote the Waverley novels. He wrote Ivanhoe. He wrote the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah, which was in the Loch Katrine area.
Loch Katrine, yep.
Yep. Which is where Glasgow water comes from.
And we walked round about there.
So if you've got a Loch Katrine video, be sure to check out that video.
True, check out one of my videos, Loch Katrine video, with a lot of drone shots in it as well.
Yeah.
But that was from, yeah, there's Sir Walter Scott liked to go as well. I don't know. Plenty of information about. You'll be able to peruse this at your leisure later on once we make this public. But where are we just now? Is this a good one? Edinburgh. There you are. So we presumably Waverley Station. That's where we arrived. And we came out. Did we come out that one? Onto there. Yeah, it must have come out that. We didn't go up to Royal Mile.
No, so we must be along.
St.
Yeah, it's got monument, so we'll just come up here.
Yeah. Excuse me. And if you come here, the sightseeing tour, 24-hour one city tour, £18 for an adult, £60 for student or senior. Children are free, and you've got other varieties of ones. And if you're really keen, you can look up this. Get the app before you come. How's the signal, by the way? Are you getting a good signal? It's not pixelated, is it? Not blocky. And you can go straight from here to the airport. Single ticket, £5.50. Open return, £8. That's pretty good. It's good. There you go, single ticket, £5.50, open return, airport 30 minutes. Useful for you to know. If you're coming to Scotland, don't just come to Edinburgh. Excuse me. It's okay. Brilliant, glad to hear that, thanks Nicole. Welcome to Princess Street Gardens. I was born in Edinburgh. When I was a child, we used to call the street Princess Street. I think we believed it was Princess rather than Princes. And there's a bagpipe player. And there is the writer himself. one single piece of marble, as Scott tells us. I don't know who this guy is. Any idea, Scott?
No, probably that one actually.
It looks like he's got a
I
Bible
know
in
my
his
George
hand.
Fair one.
Oh, and I know who it is. There's a clue there. See the line beside him at his feet. David Livingstone.
Oh, I presume. Dr. Livingston, I presume.
Yeah, Dr. Livingstone, I
Okay,
presume.
in the front of these things.
The clues are there. There's a Bible. It looks a bit like him from the side. And there's a dead lion beside him because a lion attacked him once in Malawi. Is it Malawi? A lion attacked him in Malawi and he was saved by some of the natives, his native helpers. He shot the lion stone dead. I'll go round a bit so you can see him better. Might be noisy from the bagpipes. And I think that's Tartan there in his kilt. I think that's McNeil Tartan. As a child, that's a tartan I used to wear. Wow, there's an image for you. Scott, that's a great image for you. Look at that. You got the wheel, you got Walter Scott, you got David Livingstone, and you got... There you go. Wow, what's a cracker. Trouble is, if you're Scottish and there's bagpipes around and you're trying to film, you start to do this. I'm not dancing, but I'm tapping my feet. So all this is yours just outside Waverley Station.
Nice thing to get signal because it's not fringe type. See when the fringe happens, the signal's just
Oh, everybody starts using their...
heavy soaks it all up.
Oh, yeah. That's born to be king over the sea to sky. These are the songs that bring a tear to every Scotsman's eye. Like a bird on the wing over the sea to sky. Cardigan man that's born to be king. Oops, just lost the tune.
Mainland Terry here from Terry's
Hey
Travels.
folks,
He's the man.
don't forget to sub.
If you know his channel, know me, the channel, make sure you subscribe to Terry's Travels. We are having a day in Edinburgh. And just outside the fringe, it's a wee bit quieter.
David Livingstone.
David Livingstone.
I don't know if you know about David Livingstone. He was born just a 10-minute car ride from where I live. He was born in Blantyre, a little village not too far from Glasgow, other side of the country. He was a religious man, he was a doctor, he was an explorer. He discovered the like Victoria Falls in Africa and various other things. A very famous character. Lots of streets and things in Scotland are named after him. Dr. David Livingstone. You'll see him in one or two of my other videos actually, down in Blantyre. I flew my drone down there, and I think I included some information about David Livingstone. See here we have war memorial stuff because it's that time of year. It'll soon be Poppy Day. Is it the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month soon? It's quite a big thing over here. Look at all these poppies symbolising all the lost lives. I'll have a look at one or two of these if you're interested. Yeah, David Livingstone, I presume. Tributes to the fallen of both world wars and other wars. You want to see one or two of these? Let's have a look. Yeah. Well, this giant structure here, it's just purely a monument in honour of that guy there, Sir Walter Scott. I'll show you him from the front later on. But yeah, you can go up that thing. I don't know if there's anybody up today, but you can go right up to the top. And when you get to that tiny bit there, there's not an awful lot of room. And the stairs are very, very narrow as well. And you have to walk them all. I've been up it once or twice in my lifetime. And here we have kids coming from nurseries or something, being taken to see the war memorials too. And that one there, Waterloo, Royal Scots Dragoon Guards. Scottish and North Irish Yeomanry. Gosh, all the different divisions of the army. It's this one, Royal Artillery. I don't know about Mount Tumbledown. Liberation. I don't know if you'll see that. Liberation of the Falkland Islands in 1982, the war with Argentina. People who lost their lives. Lieutenant Sergeant Clark Mitchell. Tributes from the government, one from the First Minister. Second World War, Indian Army. And in France, Normandy Veterans Association. Dunkirk Veterans. Burma. Malaya, Brunei, Borneo Veterans Association. POW. Yeah, war is a terrible thing. Who's it said war is hell? Lothians and Borders horse. Scottish horse, South Africa, 1900, 1901, 1902. And we have people remembering all of these. Gallipoli and others. Recognise that one, but people being remembered by name on the crosses. It's quite touching, isn't it? And even one that says Dad. This is it. It doesn't just affect the person, it affects all the relatives. Somebody's dad, somebody's son, somebody's brother. I assume it's all males, but there'll be women serving as well who have fallen in the line of duty. Scott's having a look round the front of it, so shall we follow him? Before we go, we'll have a look at the sad one in the middle here. In memory of my uncle, Fusilier Hugh Mitchell, in the Skillen Fusiliers. Yeah, some of us are, I suppose, fortunate not to have been touched directly by losses in war for various reasons of age and so on. So that's us back onto Princes Street. You'll find that the trams run along here as well, so if you don't want to go to the airport by bus, there are trams that go to the airport too. The trams are relatively recent. It took a long time building the track. And later, what we're going to do, there's a special exhibition on here. Oh yeah, there's a tram. To the airport. Yeah, we'll go up South David Street, which is one right opposite the Scott Monument behind me. And if you go to the right, just at St Andrew's Square there, there's the National Portrait Gallery.
Some information about when this was built.
Ah yeah, okay, I'll have a look at that. Right, I'll have a look at that little plaque then. Yes, there's an exhibition on in the National Portrait Gallery. I think it's 40 years of Scottish photography or Scottish photographers. And there's the man himself. So I'll zoom in a bit on him. Using my phone, it gets a bit noisy when I zoom in. Who's that? There he is. Yeah, he wrote Ivanhoe as well. When I was a child, there was a programme on about the knight Ivanhoe. My friends and I used to gallop up and down the street, slapping our backsides of imaginary horses and fighting with bits of wood as swords. So we said, okay, let's have a look here. I'll climb up on this railing a bit so you can see. Zoom in. So there you go, the Scott Monument, erected 1840 to 1844 to the memory of Sir Walter Scott, Bart, 1771 to 1832, born in Edinburgh, lawyer and ardent patriot. He won enduring fame as a romantic poet and the author of the Waverley novels. This monument was designed by George Meikle Kemp, and the statue of Scott is by Sir John Steele. Oh, there you are. Now you know everything about him. Zoom out again. Yeah, Edinburgh is one of my favourite cities, I have to say. Maybe my favourite of all cities. And the good thing about it is, so much of the great stuff about it is right there in your face. You don't have to do a lot of walking. In the distance there you can see Calton Hill. You see that, those Greek columns? There's a lot up there. If you come to Edinburgh, you need to go there quite early on in the day. The views are fantastic right down to the estuary of the River Forth. Also has the Nelson's Monument up there. So you can walk from there, you can walk down through the graveyard, Calton Graveyard, all the way down to the Royal Mile. And the Royal Mile leads up to the castle, which is up there. So you can walk all the way then up to the castle. You could walk down from the castle at that end of Princess Street and then walk back along. That would make quite a nice circuit. You'd be worn out by the end of the day. It's a fair walk round, but it's fabulous. Do it on a fine day. Let's see, I'll show you something else. I'll go in here for a second. I'll show you something else. Oh, there's more of these crosses for the fallen in the World Wars. Wow. Wow, so many crosses. So I said we will go to the National Portrait Gallery. I might even do some, oh, something else Scott has spotted.
How beautiful is that with the curtains over the
Isn't
window
it?
and that white building?
Isn't it? That's, yeah, the remains and partisans. I don't know if you can see it. If I zoom in a bit, you might be able to see it. You see the flags? There are two Scottish flags up there. The saltire, the blue one, it's a saltire, and the lion rampant. Oh, great. Right, let's walk round this bus. The weather varies. Yeah, Scotland's a bit like that. I have been here when it's been like blowing rain all day and you're just looking for somewhere to shelter, a museum to walk into. Most of our museums are free, so that always helps. Or you'll find a cafe to go into. I would always choose to come through on a day where it's not going to rain. And this is actually better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be pretty dank. It's actually okay. Yeah, that one there. Romaines in Patterson. It's got the... Isn't it great? Have you ever eaten in there?
No.
Well, you won't anymore because I've now stopped. There was a cafe on the top floor just by the flags. And you could sit there and have a window table and look out over all of this gorgeousness that is Princess Street Gardens and the castle and so on. And then round about COVID times, they temporarily closed the cafe and never opened it again, sadly. Yes, that was a good place. It's good if you're looking for tart and tat. And also tart and classy stuff as well. Crazy.
I've never noticed that before. I've never noticed that before. That's a bit different.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to toss over and look in the door? What should we do this side first?
We'll do this side first.
Do this side first. We've also got this amazing wheel here, which I'll show you here, just because we're so close to it. Wow, the big wheel.
Edinburgh's got their Christmas wheel, their Ferris wheel. Glasgow still to put theirs in, but Glasgow won't put theirs in.
Oops, it's noisy at times. Doo-doo, that guy on the trumpet's great, isn't he? Doo-doo-doo. Oh, it's bright now. It's a lovely day. Turn this round for a second just to let people see if they're looking in. Who they're looking in at, frighten them away. Down. Right, I'll show you something else. We'll go around here. Something else you will love. If I turn this round, and I can't see the screen, it's so bright. This is great. Edinburgh on a day like this is something else. There you go. So we are in Princess Street Gardens. One of the great things, as I mentioned earlier, about Edinburgh is that everything's here. You got the castle up there. You got the Princess Street Gardens here. You got Princess Street, of course, just up there. You got the Scott Monument. And you got ice dogs like that one. And at the far end of this, you used to have, I bet they still have, a flowering clock. It's a flower bed made out, it's in the shape of a clock, and it actually works. It's got the hands of the clock. It's fab here. It's got everything you want. And what we may do later is go into the galleries. I said that there are three museums and galleries here. We've got two of the big ones right in front of us there. Very Greek style. And if you have a look at one of my videos, a live stream at least, I might have done a proper video, but a live stream at least, of the National Galleries of Scotland, of which I remember I have a ticket in my back pocket, a card, which gets me 10% off the cafe and probably the shop. But in this part of it here, I can't even see my hands due to the bit on the left. I hope you can see it, the National Gallery there. It's got a big free exhibition on just now. I think it's maybe permanent, of Scottish artists. It's got a few others who aren't Scottish in there as well, just for comparison, or to show where inspiration came from. That's very good. Don't like all this background music I'm hearing. I'll end up getting copyright claims or something. But yeah, so that's a big gallery, and the one to the right is also a big gallery with special exhibitions on. So yeah, I think I did a live stream from there about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Oh yeah, there's a big drumming band just in front of the big gallery there. Massive amateur drumming band. And they were great fun. And didn't mind being live streamed either, because I asked them. Yeah, brilliant. I'm glad it's working out well. Good signal. I'll tell you what, the signal in Edinburgh is much better than the signal in Glasgow. I've tried live streaming from one of the big Glasgow parks, Kelvin Grove Park, and it's terrible. You hardly get a signal at all. Even using data, which is what I'm using here. And there's not, I don't know if they have city Wi-Fi. I don't think city Wi-Fi would extend to using, live streaming. I think it'd be okay for Hotmail, email. That's the National Gallery Cafe. National Gallery of Scotland, that is. Which is a dear place. And even with 10% off, I think it's probably a dear place. I'm going to have a look and see the prices. Scare myself with the prices. Edinburgh is tourist land. Let's have a look. Let's go. So we've got breakfast till 11, lunch 12 to 4. Afternoon tea, so we'd be afternoon tea time. No, we'd have lunch maybe. Terrace dining 10 to 4. Fish and chips 19. Yeah. Sandwiches about £13 to £17. Well, it's more than I care to spend on a sandwich, I'll tell you that. I'm Scottish, I'm tight. We're getting ready now for the Christmas market. You can see a little cabin up there, can you see it? Advertising. Glühwein. Glühwein. Oh, do you want to see the menu again? I'd like to see it move in closer again. If you'd like to see it, just let me know. Okay, let's have a quick look again at the menu. One of my favourite things is that one there, Stornoway Black Pudding. on the island of Stornoway. Another thing that's quite nice is that, I don't know if you've heard of Cullen skink, a meal in itself, traditional peterhead, that's on the east coast, northeast coast of Scotland. Peterhead smoked haddock with potato leek and finished with Graham's family dairy double cream. Served with homemade thyme and mull of Kintyre. It's a peninsula on the west coast of Scotland. Mull of Kintyre cheddar soda bread. 90 pounds. That's nice. Not into fish in a big way myself, but yeah, the black pudding. The Stornoway black pudding gets a name for itself. Maybe getting blinded by the sun here. We got a train going past. The railway runs just down there into Waverley Station. Now you're thinking of Black Forest Gateau. Yeah, black pudding, it's excuse me if you're a vegetarian, but it's pig's blood and oatmeal cooked together with some spices, and it's much nicer than it sounds. Very good with a fry up. It's almost a given that you'll get it with a breakfast in Scotland or in England. Yeah, fish is popular enough. Fish and chips is definitely popular. And that's the way I prefer it. I love it as battered fish. But some people like it just unbattered, you know. It's not my thing, apart from maybe tuna. I'm not into seafood, to be fair, or fish generally, but tuna and fish and chips, definitely good. Yeah, the exhibition it's on just now, and I think it's on permanently now, it's up there. I'll zoom in. Scottish art, you see that? And they don't mind you using your camera or your video when you're in there, which is quite good. However, I think Scott and I are going to visit the photographic exhibition first. If anybody else is looking in just now, please don't forget to click a like for me. Apparently it's helpful to the channel if I get likes. Even more helpful if I get a subscriber or two. So I'm trying to work my way up to getting 1,000 subscribers, just for fun. It's a little landmark if I get there. I'm around about 938 just now. So if I've got another 60 or so, I'd be very happy. Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks, Nicole. I appreciate it. Right, have I lost Scott? Can you see Scott anywhere? Oh, there he is. Doing his thing. Yeah, if you're interested in Scottish history, he's waving. If you're interested in Scottish history, have a look at Scots Land. That's SCOTTSLAND. Scots Land. And he's very much a history buff. He knows more about kings and queens than I do. I don't have a great memory for numbers. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for sharing it with us. It's surprising how many people I can sometimes get looking at live streams. I did one about 2 weeks ago down in a village near me called Straven, and I just wandered around the graveyard chatting, and I ended up with something like 5.5 thousand viewers. It was totally astonishing. Yeah, so you never know your luck how these things go. We're just talking about huge numbers of viewers on live stream, Scott.
Oh, yeah, that's the way to go, because you're right here in the moment, and blue sky, and it's warm and it's lovely.
It's great. I didn't expect it to be quite as good. I'd got it as something like 12 degrees Celsius, and with a bit of wind, about 13 kilometres per hour wind, it was going to be feeling a degree lower. It feels lovely.
I've got waterproofs, and I've got a jacket with me, and you just never know, but like,
Yeah.
this is actually alright. Quieter as well.
We're dressed for coldish conditions, but not for wet conditions, but we have things. Oh, I've already told them to have a look at yours. Yeah, you know the history.
Well, the thing is, though, that
We've done a few, Nicole's asking if we've done videos. We've done a number of these collabs, as we call them.
yep,
We've done one in Stirling.
we have. We've done one in Dunoon. We've been to Dunoon.
The Dunoon, that's true. The Dunoon and Butte, Millport,
We've been
and
to
Cumney.
Butte with-
So a few Scottish Highlands we've done.
Yeah, but the thing with Edinburgh is that you've got everything you need. You've got history, you've got an old side, you've got a place to eat and drink, you've got movement, there's so much, it's just a vibe, it's just an absolute just chill vibe, it's great. I don't know if the new town kind of situation, but obviously with the crampedness that went on in the old town, they had to do something to expand because there was too many people on this side of the city. So they had a competition in effect to try and design a layout for.
Turn it round so I can show you things that they're talking about.
Yeah. So obviously you've got the old city here, so that's, you've got the castle in the corner, you've got the Royal Mile, all that kind of stuff. So
That's all medieval stuff,
that's
isn't
all
it?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
going way back in time.
Yeah. But things were getting too cramped, and they're kind of flourishing people down, streets either side of the side. It was getting more and more cramped. So then we had the new town, which is
The other side of the gardens.
the other
The
side
gardens was a loch at one time, was it not?
correct.
Yeah.
So
Just a big pond, but it
Yeah.
became a stagnant mess. So they decided to drain it.
Swimming on a nice Thursday afternoon, and
Drained it, made it gardens, and then as Scott's telling you,
yeah, the new town. So I say the competition, and architects put their plans in, and one architect won based on basically it was a commemoration to the union of the Crown between Scotland and England. So you've got Princess Street, you've got, I think it's Charlotte Street, Charlotte Square, Queen Charlotte, you've got King Street as well, you've got all these places that, you've got Rose Street for the English Rose, you've got Thistle Street for the Scottish Thistle, and all these places kind of feed
St Andrew's Square for the
Andrew's
patron
Square.
saint.
Absolutely. So you've got all this happening over here, and the original, I don't think it is so much now, but the original blueprint of the grid reference for the city of the new town was in the shape of a Union Jack.
All right, you know
All the
that.
streets sort of came down
Yeah, some
diagonally,
are diagonal
Absolutely.
to a roundabout type situation or a square.
and every street is graded. Like, so Princess Street is lower than like Queen Charlotte or Street whatever it is, and the top of that is you've got
And
James.
there's George Street up there.
George
isn't
Street.
there? George Street. Yeah.
So George Street's at the top, 'cause it's King George. Then you've got the Queen or Charlotte Square.
Queen Charlotte,
next.
yeah.
Princess Street's lower. So it's all graded based on the hierarchy of the union.
I see. Okay.
Right? But the grid reference, so Glasgow's grid reference, the way that the streets work is all blocks, it's all squares.
Yeah.
And New York pulled pretty much all inspiration, so that's why New York is where New York is, because it took inspiration from the Glasgow is based on emergency services.
Ah, right. Okay.
Whereas Edinburgh worked more on design and history based on the Union of the Crown. So they had this Union Jack thing going on. Glasgow thought more practically about getting, the very basics of fire engines or fire trucks or whatever it was way back. So very different grid reference systems and very, very different layouts. Oh, he's working there, there you go.
Oh, there we go. We've got the wheel
Do a
going.
test, there you go. But in Newtown, beautiful Georgian buildings. The embassies are down there as well. You may have
I've
walked
been
down
to the
embassies.
Russian one, yeah. I've been
Yeah.
on the Russian one to get a visa on one occasion.
Ah, okay. So that side, and that's for me personally, a Glasgow boy, that's where Edinburgh wins because they have looked after the Georgian buildings. Glasgow hasn't done as good a job of looking after the Georgian buildings, and they could. And that's just a personal thing.
Well, I think you're right. I think Glasgow's let itself go quite a lot. They don't have the same money coming in, admittedly, compared to Edinburgh. 'Cause Edinburgh is a honey trap for tourists, isn't it?
Absolutely. But you can see why.
Yeah.
Because you have the history, you have the vibrance, you've got the trendy places to eat and drink, and I dread to think the rent rates for some of these shops on this side, because that's mad money, absolute madness. Your Balmoral Hotel there, it's one Princess Street. I think that's the official address, one Princess Street.
You get the prime spot number-wise anyway, and position.
And Taylor Swift stayed there, I believe, as well.
Did she?
When she came to for 2 nights or 3 nights, she did there. So she actually stayed in there. But yeah, I mean, it's an absolute vibe, and you can walk all day, and every minute of you're finding something new, you're finding something interesting. You can go to Carroll Hill, you can come up to the castle, Royal Mill, you've got the Holy Palace down there, you've got Parliament, you've got all within a good shortish walking distance.
Sure, it could take you all day.
Would take you all day, but do you know what? Like, you could spend half a day on one side, half on the other, or whatever. It's just there for you,
I was saying you could start. A good thing would be if you came out of the station there to go straight up to Calton Hill.
Yes.
And look at the mock Greek architecture that's up there. The views over to the Firth of Forth and over the rest of the city from up there are absolutely tremendous.
Absolutely.
And then once I've done that, you walk down as we did to the Calton Cemetery.
Yes.
Down to the Parliament building.
Absolutely.
Holyrood, and then walk up the Royal Mile up to the castle and then down.
I mean, that was a fair look. It's a good walk,
isn't it?
You get all the views, you get history, you get everything you need. But the views, you can look, is it Britannia that's down there? Down at the Leith?
It is, Britannia Royal Yacht is down at Leith.
Yeah.
So if you kept going along Princess Street and carried on further down, you end up at Leith, and that's where the Queen's, or former Queen's Royal Yacht, or former Royal Yacht, Britannia, is situated.
Is also where Mary Queen of Scots was the first place she stepped off the boat when she came over back from France.
Was it? At Leith?
There's actually a plaque, we won't find at some point, but there's a plaque to say that she stood here. But what she did was, the rumour has it, there was no... Her husband died in France, so she was married in France as a kid, and her husband died, so she decided to come home to try and claim her throne, to claim the rightful hers of the Stuart dynasty. So she stepped off the boat, and basically rumour has it that there was no procession for her, there was no waiting party for her. So she took the hump, she took a shot, and she went back on the boat, or she found a building, she went, well, I'm not moving until I have somebody to greet me.
Until she had
so
the red
people,
carpet.
her courtiers and all the people around her had to try and get the people of Edinburgh to turn up and wave her as if she'd just come up. So she took a bit of a strop, and she went, there's nobody here, there's nobody waving, and the Queen is here, nobody there.
She was a wee bit up herself, wasn't she?
She was very, very sassy, very sassy.
I told you, Scott's the guy, this guy here has got all the information.
It's useless bits of information coming in, that's all it is, it's useless pieces. There is a clock somewhere, I think it's further along, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock's that end, well, used to be, unless I've moved it.
I thought it was going up. Okay, because that's an interesting, that's the biggest
I mentioned that earlier, it actually works. It's got hands that work in the clock.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the 4 o'clock, if you got it earlier, there's a statue beside the 4 o'clock. That's where all the gubbins are inside. It's not directly beneath the clock.
Okay, it's all hidden
to that statue.
Okay.
And they got the workings, the actual dials on it, with my parish church in Fife. So they used a 1904, I think it's 1904. Let me try, 1904, so 4 o'clock, you caught that earlier.
Yeah.
1901, was when the clock went in. The second hand on the clock wasn't put in for the following year. They then put the cuckoo in about 1904, 1905, and that was from, or the original workings were from a parish church in Fife.
Unplug my power, excuse me a second. A lot of noise, I'll unplug this thing. That's better.
So the parish church in Fife, the workings on the clock, and then it was upgraded to electric in 1940 something, 1950 something, I think. And that's the statue that's beside that 4 o'clock. It all the governs around there. You think it's the opposite, but it does cuckoo and it does do noise, and it's
So I wonder if it's a mechanical connection from the statue underneath the cable that rotates or something.
It's dug in that statue, and underneath the clock, the biggest 4 o'clock in, if not the UK, it's like the world or something like that. It's the biggest one, supposedly.
What should we do next? Find that 4 o'clock. There's more of the gardens outside, isn't after that?
I don't know what's
because otherwise it must be up that side somewhere.
There is, because remember we caught that
the concert, the bandstand.
Or was the concert been down that way?
Was that the bandstand?
I think the 4 o'clock's down that way.
Let's go up and have a look and we'll find out. In my mind it was always done that way, but it's maybe that end of this side here.
That then take you back down to Greyfriars then as well, so you start walking down.
It's so sunny, I might have to drag out my sun hat. Oh, well, anybody else looking in just now? Anybody who's new, please click a like at least before you go, that would be much appreciated. And if you like this kind of thing, especially if you like live streams, I usually explain that I've got a shed load of data, and I've discovered that I don't mind doing live streams. After you've done your first one, you go over the embarrassment, the fear of it. This is us getting ready for the Christmas market. Well, the signal is great from the coldest. Where are you? It feels really quite warm today. The sun just now. Okay, so the sun just now is that. Now zoom in on it. It's called Tide Lines. 19th October, 17th November. Free entry, it's a free entry one. So my card doesn't matter. Yeah, you can always go and have a look. Back to busy Princess Street again. Happy day stuff. We're going to get here. Bratwurst, I like a bratwurst. Currywurst. Bratkartoffeln contains bacon. Okay. Well, that's going to be a nice little place where it's opened up. Cafe Rene, the original German sausage, passion for food. How nice. Yeah, Edinburgh is commonly known as The Athens of the North. You can see why, can't you? A lot of its architecture is Greek style. So this is the way into the... I'm always tempted to call it the National Gallery, but I think officially the one behind is the National Gallery. And this is the Royal Scottish Academy building. Indeed it is, yes, there is. There's a clue there. Royal Scottish Academy. We could go in, it's a free one. I was in a couple of weeks ago and did a live stream from in there, so have a look at one of my live streams of an Irish painter who studied in Scotland, studied in, where was he? He was in France for a bit. See the castle just behind that lamppost? Phew. Yeah, if you go to Calton Hill that I mentioned earlier, you can see the Greek style architecture. Is like a bit of the Acropolis up there. Just a few columns for no particular reason, just for the sake of building columns. I suppose you would call it a folly. It's a nice silhouette of the castle. And at 1 o'clock every day, from the battlements up there, round about there, the army fires artillery, the fire cannon. It used to be an old-fashioned one with gunpowder and so on, but now it's proper ones but with blanks. 1 o'clock, so it goes boom and all the pigeons fly off from everywhere. People check their watches to check the time. And the signal for that being fired actually comes from the Nelson's monument, which is up on Calton Hill, which I mentioned earlier, the one that's, you see where the Greek columns are way in the distance. Zoom again, see those? To the side of that is the Nelson monument, which has a large black and white ball on a rope, and it is raised up to a height, and then at 1 o'clock it's dropped, and when it drops, that's a signal for the castle, which is way over here, to fire the cannon. I think it was something to do with seafarers way back in the day, where they could, people out at sea with their telescopes could see the Calton Hill. They would know, you'd see the ball dropping. The cannon was fired and everybody in the city knew what time it was.
The cannon is fired in Glasgow, they all duck for cover. Very different cities, very different cities.
Totally different.
Everybody goes, who fired that cannon in Glasgow? Aye. They're supposed to have that. It's like, it's fine, it's what we do.
Everybody ducks.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we want to do next. Oh, we're going to look for the
So that must be King George there then.
King George with the seagull on his head.
Hanover Street as well, which did...
That was Hanover. The Hanover, no, that's Hanover Street there, of course.
Saying, so
Yeah,
Hanover connection to...
the German side of the Georges who are Germans.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it King George the Third was the one that was about...
Oh, he was loopy.
He was loopy, and the King George the Fourth, he was the one that was just greedy and he was like excessive. he had suffered from gout and things like that as well, so he was pretty. Yeah,
Not George IV.
he wasn't. I think he was the least liked out of the four.
Yeah.
I think George IV. But yeah, it's all German, Hanoverian connection. So again, another point of Edinburgh. It's a nod to the connection between the
different lines of the crown, yeah. So have a look for that clock.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, they closed it. Oh, there's a green man. Let's go for a green man. It's stunning, absolutely stunning.
This is the Scottish weather all the time. What happens?
Yeah, that whole gardens area was just a loch, as we call them, or a large lake.
Walk is down there.
But people just dumped the rubbish in it. There was a stinking mess at one point.
The clock tower, the unit is in there, and your cuckoo comes out from that wee button.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I just had it in the wrong place in my mind. I knew it was one end.
Yeah.
I hadn't realised it was the two sections yet.
Maybe it's the Christmas thing again going on, or I don't know. Lock this off.
Who's this guy?
I know that is actually.
I'm thinking of Hume. Name rings a bell and it look.
But that's where the clock.
That's where it was, or where it is, where it will be.
Yeah. But 1901 is when it was constructed with one hand. How you going to call it with one hand? Anyway, 1902 they added the second hand because clearly people are going, we only know it's two,
Yeah,
past
you
two.
know it's between 2 and 3 o'clock.
It's roughly.
You could probably work it out. You could just, yeah, it's more than 2:30.
Just put your finger to the air and look at the way the sun is. Yeah, you go, it's past two in the afternoon, it's fine.
Yeah, it's all worked up. It's all worked up.
With regards to the Lothian buses are owned by Edinburgh. There's Aberdeen and Glasgow buses, First Bus,
Oh,
it's a private company.
so this is the council owns the...
This is the council, they take a hit for that, so it's slightly cheaper on bus round the city.
Right.
Whereas First Bus, it's a business, it's profit, it's whatever. So Aberdeen and Glasgow run First Bus. I mean, you can see the Edinburgh's got the trams. Edinburgh, I think, has got, I'm going to say better transport links, but it's just got different transport links with regards to tram.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, they've got the tram all the way to the airport.
yeah,
We've got the underground in Glasgow.
yeah. But the thing is, though, we don't have anything. We used to have something, I think, a train to our Glasgow, to the Glasgow airport, but that's now no longer a thing. So you have to get a taxi, which costs about 20, 30 plus pounds.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. £35 or something for a taxi home. It depends where you're going from.
There's low boundary charges because it's £10 to Renfrewshire and stuff like that. So, a lot of.
And then you have to pay for going into the airport itself. The taxis have to pay, so they have to add that on as well.
Absolutely. But with the trams,
Yeah.
this is fantastic.
This is some great views of the castle now.
Absolutely.
Wow. Alright, want to see some great views of the best castle in the world?
With a big reveal. You point your camera down, you go.
Down, this is the big reveal.
Big reveal, big reveal.
Blinded by the sun.
Actually, what was that side of the west end of the graveyard? And from the graveyard you can see a secret entrance to the back of the castle. Wow. And secret meetings to happen because people, there was like certain viscounts and certain hierarchy that weren't happy with the crown, weren't happy with
graveyard there?
no,
that a graveyard?
it's lower, it's actually a graveyard on lower ground. We're talking not far from, it could be around Dorsey, granted, but there's actually a secret sort of not so secret doorway, and there's a couple of guys that actually climbed up the side of these rocks to get into this as a secret meeting point.
Okay, yeah.
Because they weren't happy with the crown, they weren't happy with the way things were going. They were going to try and oust the crown, they were going to try and have a real security fight.
That's the camera obscura. Can you see that tower, that spire? Just to the right hand side of that spire, the black and white, looks like a lighthouse. The camera obscura. So there's a lens, there's a telescope up there, which is taking a view of us possibly down here and projecting it down via a mirror onto a great white table inside that building. So the whole thing inside is almost blacked out, and it's projecting it all on, so you can, I think you can control it yourself as well. So if you want to follow somebody along the street,
The power.
so what we should do is wave just in case they're looking. Camera obscura, which literally I think means dark room or hidden room or something. Yeah.
I think
Like a
I
giant
used to know
camera.
somebody who worked at Baron Strauss, the optical manufacturer in Glasgow, and they did all the optical lenses for like submarines and things,
Yep.
and they did the lens for camera obscura at one point. So Anniesland Cross, there's a big Morrison's at Anniesland Cross.
Yeah.
That's where the plant was, that's where the factory was for Baron Strauss. And all the surrounding area, like Knightswood houses and things, they were really all the houses for the workers of that area.
Oh, yeah.
But they made the lenses, the optical lenses for binoculars, army, like for the military as well. For
Submarines and all the rest of it, for the
absolutely.
periscopes. Yeah.
And for camera obscura as well.
And camera obscura. I've been in the camera obscura, but I think I was a child at the time. You've really got to get in sometime.
Oh, okay.
That would make quite a good visit as well. Get some nice filming from there, I should imagine.
That is some sort of thing.
Isn't it? My goodness. I hope it's not as bright for you looking at it. Nicole said the skies are beautiful, and they certainly are. Absolutely tremendous today. Yeah. Royal, what's this? Royal House of Scotland. Looks quite nice. And yet again, which street is this? Frederick Street, as in Prince Frederick. And at the top, I don't know who that is, maybe that is Prince Frederick. Glad I wasn't reaching my camera out across the road, I would have lost it. Oh, nice to be in the shadow for a second. Let's have a look at this.
When the sun comes out, we'll just go right, time to get out, folks, let's get
Yeah.
let's go.
What's this one? The officers
Royal Scots.
in memory of officers, non-commissioned officers and men. No, carry on, you're fine. It's all amateur stuff. And men of who gave their lives for their country in the Boer War, in 1899-1902. There you go. Nice. So there they are. Royal Scots Greys. And now we've got the shadow on the lens, you'll be able to see those things a bit better. Is that better now? I think so. So that's looking at the old town over there. Old town in front, new town behind me. Lots of medieval stuff up there. Lots of, what would you call it, Georgian stuff behind us.
Yeah. We're right in the middle.
You're right in the middle. You may have heard of the Edinburgh International Festival.
Yeah.
We call it the Edinburgh Festival.
August is when it all, there's actually 4 festivals that go on.
Yeah.
in August. So you've got the Fringe, and there's a couple of arts ones, and I think there's 4 total. They're all called different things, international, and they're all called different. They appeal to different people. The book festival as well, book one as well, we go in August.
Yeah. If you think Edinburgh is alive just now, you try it during the Edinburgh Festival time. You can hardly walk along the pavements.
That's the experience.
People from all over the world, and shows, well, more shows than you can shake a stick at.
Absolutely.
All over the place. I was at one just up there. See those 2 towers? So those 2 towers up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's the assembly halls. And the comedian Milton Jones.
Oh, I know him.
You know him?
Yeah, he's good.
Milton Jones is. Yeah, if you like his style of humour, you'll like it. Yeah, look up Milton Jones. Milton.
I went to one assembly rooms off of Rose Street this year as well in August, and it was a guy called Randy Feltface, who's an Australian one-man puppet show. And he's kind of sort of slightly adults only-ish.
Yeah.
It's comedy, but yeah, you're engrossed. You think that this thing is you're invested in him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Randy Feltface is a purple-headed Australian comedian, so funny. Yeah. Milton Jones and Randy Feltface. I mean, that's exactly what Edinburgh's about. It's just bonkers.
Oh
it's
yes,
just
absolutely.
random stuff that goes on.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. See, it was purely chance. Just my son and I were walking up there, looking for something to see.
Okay.
And there was a caravan selling tickets, and it just happened to have still vacancies on it. So I'm going there.
Nice.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was good. These are lovely buildings. Those white and red. Aren't they?
Yeah.
Beautiful things. The king of puns, yeah.
He's the king of puns. Yes.
And another way of looking at things, yeah. Another way of taking an expression.
Like a good pun. Yeah. Do you walk along this way?
Let's go along a bit. It's so nice. It's a shame to go indoors and miss the sun, because that sun won't be there for much longer. Look how low it's getting against the castle.
Yeah, it's like 4, 4:30 and stuff.
Yeah. We have a thing called, what is it, daylight saving time. We have British summer time and we have British winter time. And in the winter, we move the clocks back an hour. So the way to remember which way to move your clock is spring forward, fall back. So in the fall we move the clocks back. So we did that a couple of weeks ago.
It's much like an expression as well. We all get frowny faced when fall happens because the days get shorter, it gets colder, and when spring happens we have a spring in our step.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So your spirits fall and then later on you get a spring in your step.
What we need to do one year is come here to Halloween and like do work out a kind of ghost tour type idea.
Yeah.
So pick places, pick a couple of stories and run with it.
Sure. Yeah. What is this noise, isn't it? Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's the camera obscura. Just obscura as an O-B-S-C-U-R-A. Camera obscura, which is just hidden up there. Camera obscura. Yeah, I think it's Italian, actually, obscura. Camera means room, if I remember, and obscura just means dark, I think. Dark room. Trying to see where the cannon gets fired from. My eyes are getting a bit dazzled by the sun here. I don't know, I think maybe it's So I'm trying to work out where the cannon is fired from at 1 o'clock. I think it's maybe from one of those.
Oh yeah.
That little row below the people. They're waiting for the cannon, they're a bit early.
Only 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Same route. We did. The last time Scott and I came past here, there was a concert going on down on the bandstand. What was the group?
It was.
I can't remember.
Give me 2 seconds.
Scott's going to look it up because we didn't have tickets for it. It's a big group. Oh God, really.
The song was "Don't You Forget About Me."
Don't-
Oh, it wasn't Ultravox.
Don't you forget about me. Which group did that? Don't you forget about me. Oh, what are they called? 6 minutes past 12.
Simple Minds.
Simple Minds.
Simple Minds.
You've heard of Simple Minds. Simple Minds were performing down here, and along here by the fence, you had a huge sort of wooden fence, so you couldn't see unless you had a ticket, unless you held the camera way up high on a tripod or something, which I managed a little bit of, but then we went and got the bus to go back home, and we got the upper deck in a bus coming from along there, which came along here, and it stopped at the bus stop just there, and we got the best view in the house right down to Simple Minds concert.
And they were playing that song as well.
We were playing that song,
That's the hit.
and I think I managed to get it on TikTok,
Absolutely.
so I could use the actual
Absolutely.
TikTok legal sound to go with it.
Couldn't have planned it any
Not
better,
Duran
right?
Duran, but Simple Minds.
Simple Minds. Yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
mid-year because mid-year's Ultravox.
Ultravox is mid-year.
I can't remember the lead singer of
Yeah.
Simple Minds. That's going to annoy me now. I want to Google, man. I want to Google.
Well, you're still looking up. You know it's Simple Minds.
No,
so.
Simple Minds. I'm trying to remember the lead singer of Simple Minds. Lead singer.
See if
Jim
you
Kerr.
Jim Kerr, lead singer Jim Kerr. Well, he was doing his thing down there. Yeah, that was a great view from. Right, imagine that bus there, stopping just where we could see the stage. Brilliant. Sorry?
Meet a bear. Meet a bear.
Meet a bear. Oh, there's a bear there. Let's go and see the bear.
I think it's called Hercules.
No, Hercules died a few years ago now, didn't he? Yeah, there was a bear. I can't remember if he toured around with his owner, his keeper, called Hercules the bear, which was quite well known. That's a long time ago, I think. Muir of Ord and Bathgate. That's how I went to secondary school. Bathgate. No, you didn't miss a cannon. It's not 1 o'clock yet. Another 50 minutes to go. From what I remember, you won't see very much. You might see a puff of smoke coming out from the battlements, and then a fraction of a second later the boom will hit you because sound travels slower than light. I reckon we'll still be around here in about 50 minutes working our way back towards food or the exhibition. You hear the cannon going off.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good castle. There are several really good castles. The one that is a close second to it, maybe even beats it, is Stirling Castle. in my opinion. So if you go up to Stirling, which would take you about an hour and a half from here, I suppose, driving it. Yeah, the castle there is tremendous. It stands out on a rock, kind of on its own. It looks tremendous from every direction. This one looks good from this direction and over to the side there. I think Stirling Castle gives you a really good visit. This one I think has got the Crown Jewels, isn't it? Crown Jewels of Scotland.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So there he is. By the looks of his nose, people rub his nose for luck. Something people tend to do.
Oh, he's a cutie, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm just saying people will probably rub his nose for luck, just like they do with Greyfriars Bobby.
Yeah.
Way up that way in the old town again, there's a famous cemetery, or graveyard I suppose you should call it, because there's a church associated with it, called Greyfriars Cemetery, and there's a little dog statue nearby in the street outside. There's a Scotty dog, or Skye Terrier I think it is, and people rub Bobby's nose for luck. So it's now like this, well polished. The first part of what, Nicole? We'll probably hear the cannon if we're back down there. You'd hear the cannon for anywhere along Princes Street, it's loud enough. It's like a big amphitheatre here, you've got all that castle rock and so on, this big bowl effect. And the buildings on that side, so any sound from there gets echoed around. What does it say? Oh, what's that? Wojtek. Apologies to any Polish people looking in. Wojtek, in memory of the Polish men and women who fought for your freedom and ours. And it's written in Polish as well. Yeah, the ball drop signal will happen. I've seen it happening. We're not going to make it up there in time to watch the ball dropping, I don't think, today. I did it once before. I think I've got I've got a video somewhere just showing that, the cannon going off, and I think the ball dropping. So, in honour of the Polish soldiers who fought against fascism too. Excuse me. It's kind of difficult to get both at the same time, because if you're pointing up at the wall, you're not pointing where the cannon's firing, vice versa. Quarter past.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how much we walk next? Round to the gallery for a bit and then be out in time for our cannon.
Oh, sure.
And then we'll look for something for lunch eventually. Can't say I'm too hungry yet, having had that bacon roll on the train.
Yeah.
We did our usual, we got to Queen Street Station, left it a little bit late. We should have gone straight to go for the train. We thought, oh, we'll go for our Greggs. a popular place to buy coffees.
The lure of the bacon roll, and I couldn't find my tickets. I'm panicking, and you're running off. You got through the barrier. I've got a sausage roll stuck in my packet between my teeth. I've got a mock in one hand, got my phone in the other, and I'm shouting at you, stop! Like, you go. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I'm looking for all my tickets and all my bit. I'm like, nah, this is not happening. This is not happening. I had visions of you just going.
I was going to stand and stop that door from shutting.
Amazing.
Oh, what's this one? The Call, 1914, our First World War. I hadn't noticed all of these monuments, to be honest, until today. The Call, 1914. Tribute from men and women of the Scottish blood and sympathies. Women of Scottish blood and sympathies in the United States of America to Scotland. The people that jeoparded their lives unto the death in the high places of the field. That's from the Bible. I don't know, I haven't heard that one. So yes, it was sent as a gift from America. Men and women of Scottish blood and sympathies in the United States. Oh, this is a bit of history, isn't it? If it be life that waits, I shall live forever, unconquered. If death, I shall die at last, strong in my pride and free. If it be life that waits, isn't it?
They started off just like fishing in the working man, like farmers, sweepers, quarrymen, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then I guess they're going through their training.
Ah, yeah. Common men, working men, and then they become
sheepdogs as well. You get
carrying rifles, kitted out in kilts. And playing the drums at the head of the army. It's a very good one. Yeah, I'd never seen this before. And bagpipes to lead people into battle. Oh, yeah. So if it be life that waits, I shall live forever unconquered. If death, I shall die at last, strong in my pride and free. Good one. So that's the Ross Theatre. It's quieter down here, at least I'm missing the...
much more chill vibe than it was in August.
Yeah, it was jumping in August, wasn't it?
August was something. But that's like the two times that Edinburgh seems to just hit it. August and Christmas, the Christmas markets. I mean, it's cute, like they come out of Waverley, that's where they start the barriers, they start the zigzags, up and down, to come into Princess Gardens and stuff, Princess Gardens. And I suppose if you can get up to higher ground, it's quite nice to be up here, look down at the crowds and stuff, and have all the Christmas markets and the lights and things ticking. the crowds are full on. Like it's just it's madness in Christmas time in the markets. George Square in Glasgow does its own thing, but nothing compared to what Edinburgh puts on. But it's a bit more organised, I think, from the Edinburgh side. I think it's a bit more. Like George Square, you can access from kind of all points, but a day like this, I mean, you can't beat it. Like it's. But that does hold a lot of story. Edinburgh Castle holds a lot of stories. People scaling the side of that and trying to get in and trying to take it over because the Scots had it and the English had it and the Scots had it. And then back and forward, and people used to just try and clamber up that the middle of the night to try and biff a soldier, as they say, biff a stronghold.
Can you imagine trying to climb that? I suppose it's possible. Any rock climber, competent rock climber, will look at that and think, yeah. But they'd have the ropes and the pitons to hammer in. And, yeah.
I don't know so much. Maybe
it's basalt, isn't it? I mean, it's a volcanic plug.
Yeah.
Basalt, so it should be firm enough.
But whether or not they actually, I mean, they wouldn't have had chalk for the hands or anything like that, or
no.
You know.
It's all very well getting up the rocky part of it. Once you get to the top, you've got that wall.
Absolutely.
And that's, yeah.
You've got to do it in the dead of night.
You've got about
as quiet as possible.
20 or 30 feet of wall straight.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, it is obviously a deal because it has been done, but I mean, nowadays guys would do it with a bit more sensibility and equipment that was ready. But you know, it's 1700s, 1700s. You know, it wasn't.
And even people checking the ramparts, as it were, looking for people climbing on.
Yeah.
We don't have the torches these days that we can shine around. It would be candles and lanterns and
absolutely.
In amongst those rocks, I suppose you could hide quite effectively if you knew somebody was walking around looking.
Was it Historic Scotland or a National Trust pass you get in for free, I think?
Yeah, Historic National Trust. I think it's maybe National Trust. Same with Stirling. Yeah, same with Stirling's National Trust. I think this is the same.
I know that in January to February, I think it was, they put on the last Sunday or the second Sunday of the month, you had to book, but you got in for free to Stirling Castle, Edinburgh Castle, all those kind of places. There was actually like a come on in, like we're open kind of thing, because there wasn't anybody. Like January to March, Scotland just empty. Scotland just people just get on with the day, and you know, people start living again around about April when the weather starts getting better and the clock starts shifting and stuff. So I think it was this year between January and March there was like 3 days where you could just walk in, book it, but you could walk in for free.
Yeah. There's a lot of places on the continent of Europe do that as well. Yeah. One, it's like the first Monday of every month or something. It's a free day for anybody to go into places, which is really handy. As Nicole is saying, Scotland's called the workshop of the world during World War I because of the iron foundries, steelworks, shipyards and engineering shops of Glasgow.
There you go, yeah.
The same as the Second World War, and that's why they bombed Clydebank to hell, wasn't it? Because of the shipyards.
Absolutely. Mugged up Country Park's got the artillery gun turrets surrounded by Mugged Castle.
Right, that's just
because
north of Glasgow.
They would come over from the Campsies and stuff, and it was a good lookout point from there.
Yeah.
There was somewhere, I can't remember this as well, it was during the Second World War, Scotland built a makeshift fake air, like with all planes, like hangars and things, and it was all sheets and bits of plywood, and they made it look like it was, I can't remember, was it outside of Clydebank or Paisley or somewhere?
Oh, yeah, I've read that fairly recently. They had everything made of wood.
And what it was to make the Germans think that was a place for the planes and artillery and stuff was. And they dropped things on that, but there was nothing there to drop on.
I'm thinking of something different. I read recently, was it in Germany, where they had built hangars and so on, and they made planes out of wood. Everything there made of wood,
right.
so that anybody looking from above would think, oh, they've got lots and lots of stuff, and they might target those.
Absolutely.
And just to get them back, what the UK did was made a couple of bombs out of wood.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I dropped on them as if to say, yeah. Got you.
Nice.
We know what you're at.
You bit of sass, I like that, yeah. Sass and attitude. But yeah, I mean, there's, like, Glasgow lost a lot of, all the railing, the top of the railings, because that we just had to use for the war, so a lot of that stuff is, you've got railings that don't have tops on them anymore, ornate tops, because it was all used for the war effort,
So a lot of them went churches and things as well, just sewn to the wall. Zooming in, trying to hold it steady, it's quite difficult when you're zoomed in with this thing. Anybody new looking in, please click on your like before you go, if you don't mind, that would be much appreciated. I'm in Edinburgh today, Scotland's capital city, with my friend Scott, Scott's Land Channel.
You know,
and he's giving us all the historical detail. That's his speciality.
just useless pieces of random information.
He's full of useless pieces of random information.
You know what, like, you should dress it up like this. Scottish tours.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah, this Scottish tours.
So we're looking at Princes Street Gardens. And I'm doing a lot of live streaming just now because I've got loads of data. And I enjoy doing live streaming outdoors. I don't do any of this sitting at my dressing table doing my nails.
That's a very niche market. Yeah. But there's money in makeup. Yeah,
There's money in makeup. We don't
money
do
in makeup, nails.
No ASMR stuff for me.
ASMR.
Clicking the microphone with my long nails.
Yeah, that's
I just like going up on hills or going somewhere like this.
So,
And as long as I have a phone signal, I will live stream for hours and hours and oh my god. Stop them, somebody. Yeah, no, I enjoy it. It's nice getting out. Just showing people. I find people who are maybe abroad enjoy looking at these things just because of the unusual nature of it. And people at home sometimes enjoy looking at it as well to say, I've been there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How long are you going to be there? And I'll come up and join you.
And the thing is as well, obviously, if you came here for a friend or you see things different when it is quieter, when you've got time to look at something out in a certain season, so you can go, well, actually, I want to go, next time I'm here, I want to go there, and there, because last time it was too busy, or there was queues, or whatever. So coming slightly out of season is sometimes a nice idea. Autumn's a nice season in Scotland.
It is, you get a chance to see the colours.
Absolutely.
And very often when the trees have dropped a lot of their leaves, even like the ones up there, right, you can start to see things you wouldn't have seen in the summer.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have known there was a graveyard there.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a graveyard down the other side though.
I think there is. I have a feeling that we have been through something like that, a graveyard over the other side.
Graveyards are great.
Graveyards are magic places. As long as you're the right side of the turf. They're great places.
What a lovely way to put it, yeah. That's what your title of your video should be called, the right side of the turf. Yeah. Come to the Scottish tours with your right side of the turf. I love that. Like here for that. Yeah.
Lots of people wandering around. Lots of Chinese people as well.
Yeah.
Certainly Asian, but
It's also students and stuff as well.
lots of students here. Glasgow particularly. Certain bits of Glasgow, so many Chinese because that's where they go to study.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Glasgow and Edinburgh, I think, are both good for medicine. And St Andrews.
Andrews, yeah. St Andrews is a funny wee pocket because it doesn't have a train station. So it's the bus through or it's a drive through, and it's a kind of far corner of the pocket of Fife, so it's a bit longer to get to, it's a bit hard to get to, but again that is steeped in raw history. And I'm like, I'm trying to remember all these pieces of history in St Andrews. A lot of stuff happening there.
Oh yeah. Plus you've got Royal connections even more now if you're going to uni. Will's going to uni there. Meeting Kate, yeah. St Andrews. And I noticed up at a bus stop up there, you could go straight from here to St Andrews on the bus. Pick one up at a bus stop here. Probably take about 2 hours. But you could do it. So now we'll look at the Princes Street from below. It's a lot quieter when you're looking up at it from here. Yeah, I think it will draw in a lot of historians. Yeah, we've seen the monuments today. It's great. It's steeped in history. And not only the stuff you see above ground, but the stuff below ground as well. There's a tour that goes underground. There are some bridges that go kind of that way over the dip that is the gardens. And the bridges go further up. There's other bridges with arches, and the arches were bricked in at one stage, and people started living underneath the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Quite successfully for a little while, but the road above wasn't sealed properly against the elements, and water trickled down into the apartments in the arches where people were living. So it was continually dripping water. It wasn't the healthiest of places for people to be, but it was the poor who would use it. And eventually I think it was bricked up completely until recently, when I saw one of these modern archaeology programs where someone had opened it up and they were going in having a look to see what was there.
Wow.
There's also an actual street under the high street somewhere, isn't there, Scott, where from plague days?
Yeah, Edinburgh's got an underground. Glasgow supposedly, I mean, it's been denied that Glasgow's got an underground sort of city or whatever, but Glasgow does have tunnels in Glasgow. But Edinburgh has definitely 100%, because it was plague days, and it was population and people trying to find cheap accommodation and hiding and whatever for various reasons. But yeah, like Edinburgh's known for its. There's supposedly shops, now I can never remember where, but there's supposedly would have been early sort of market stall type shops underground at one point as well, because yeah, you're right, in the plague didn't want to come up and mill about, but they all went down underground thinking that the plague was up top and the plague was on people. And you've got things like St Mary's Close and all these underground vennels and stuff as well, and Glasgow's slightly denied, or said, oh well, it's not really a underground, but there's loads of undergrounds.
There's access areas. I mean, in Glasgow there's what do you call those? There were those two towers going over just one either side of the rotunda.
Oh, rotunda.
We have the two rotundas, which were joining a tunnel. There's a tunnel underneath it, goes straight through.
You used to take horse and cart under there.
A big lift to take the horse and cart down, gallop through, and then big lift up again the other side. And one day I'll need to show you the rotunda.
You can't, because it used to be doors open day, but they stopped that. So the doors open day in Glasgow, you can only go into one of the buildings, I think, and they show you pictures of what the rotunda tunnel looked like. They won't take you through because I think there's various water pipes, electric pipes, there's all that kind of stuff. They don't want people milling about and messing about too much down there. So, but it is accessible for emergency services and.
From one of the restaurants. Obviously, you can just go down to it if you had to.
I think it was opened during the Garden Festival in 1988, 89-ish, 88. I think they opened up the Rotunda Tunnel down at that point.
Because the lifts will no longer be working, I'd imagine, so somehow you've got to have steps going down. It just makes it more difficult.
They do things like carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide checks and stuff down there as well, and whatever, so they do all that kind of stuff, and they do tests for foundations and stuff, so 25 to 1. Who's the battery by now?
The battery does remarkably well just doing live streaming. It does surprise me. Much better than if I was doing navigation with it. Doing navigation, the thing would go red hot, and battery would just not last.
Wow.
It really needs clipped in. Although, to avoid it getting to that stage, I'll clip back in again. So excuse me now, hold your ear while I clip this thing back in again. I've got a huge charge pack in my rucksack here, so I've got a lead going from that out to my phone. I can show you it, in fact. There we go, straight into the backpack.
Connected.
On the grid again, of sorts.
You've got a router in there, you've got an IT team in there, yeah. You've got moderators in there to cheat with.
Yeah, I was telling Scott earlier, this is the only way I've got access to the internet at present. My home Wi-Fi is down, changing my supplier from Virgin Media, who are charging me far too much for what I get from it, and have been for years, so I decided I had to make the break sometime, so I'm leaving them.
Internet in the UK.
Oh, I've got a drone already, Nicole. You know, I'll have a look. I've got a, what do you call it, a file? A playlist. I've got a playlist, which is called drone shots or something like that. Have a look at some of my drone shots. The ones I'm most proud of are the ones from Austria
They were
last year. Oh, fabulous. Well,
You
some
do
nice
worry me
Scottish ones.
sometimes with the drone. I would like an anxiety. Just charges right through my body.
I
when it
did
comes to
think
drones.
about bringing it today. It did occur to me, and I thought it's not going to be that nice.
No. It's also in a place that's built up. I would be walking away at that point.
I know. You're anxious about it.
No,
I'm getting less anxious the more I do. But yeah, I just thinking I could be down there, an open area like that, no trees above it. You'd be up here, say I'm not with him, and I would say I wouldn't do a lot of flying around, to be honest. I'd be worried about it a little bit. But apparently you can do it. There's nobody to stop you. It's a public place, and as long as it's not like crowds, which there aren't today, you could fly it. I would fly it up. My intention would be to fly it right up there, as high as I could. Maybe as high as the Scott Monument, if I can get that high.
You want to fly through the Scott Monument?
Yeah,
Fly
fly
through it?
through, that would be great. Flying through it would be something else. I've done it with the Spirit of Scotland Monument.
You did?
Yeah, I flew through that, but that was
And how was your anxiety levels then?
very high, very, very high. Oh my goodness.
Just
It took about 15 minutes flying through it because I had to line it up. But yeah, but no, I could fly from there, and I thought I could fly it up and then just more or less do a tower shot, taking in everything around us, not flying it anywhere, just a tower shot and back down again. That would be fine. There'd be no
Put the
worries.
camera up, put your phone up. Say bad. There will be places that you could probably do it without too much hassle, I suppose. But I've seen stuff on Instagram and TikTok and places like that where guys actually fly it up Princess Street and stuff.
Do they?
Yeah,
Wow.
these are preferred, like I think
They've
these
maybe
are
got a
paid
license
by
and so on,
councils or paid by
special license
businesses.
to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you could fly along there if it was early in the morning before there was much in the way of traffic.
Good.
It'd be nice to stop you, but if there's a lot of traffic, I'd be slightly worried it might be classed as a crowd.
You don't want,
I don't want to upset people with my drone, ever. Nicole is patiently waiting for 1 o'clock.
Nice.
Well done.
Where's Nicole from?
Nicole, you're in, was it Chicago, you mentioned? Yeah, I don't think I need permission in the parks in Edinburgh. I think I'm okay. But yeah, if I was going along the street, perhaps, and it was busy, you'd need permission. But yeah, in the UK, certainly, if it's a common area that you don't have to pay to go into. There are some National Trust places, for example, they're not too keen on drones being used. But if you can go into the car park without paying, you should be able to fly from the car park. And I know somebody recently in a National Trust, it was at the Greymare's Tail, and I think he had asked, or she had asked, and they were quite happy for them to fly up from the car park.
I think as long as you kind of ask permission from certain people and whatever, like, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Just being transparent about it. But I know the weddings now, that's big business. If you can be a photographer or a drone operator at a wedding, you're talking thousands of pounds per wedding.
Yeah.
But you really need to have like a CV of what sort of quality you can do and
Oh, yeah.
getting that shot. You do not want to be having that day and forgetting to put a memory card in.
No, that's right. You're crashing it down on the bride.
There's actually a story, I think there's been a few stories of photographers doing stuff like that and then realising that there's been no memory card in a drone or whatever, and you're talking like £2,000–3,000–4,000 for somebody to go and do that and take the shots and high above, and everybody's like, oh, all that kind of stuff, and there was no memory card, there was nothing going
terrible,
on.
awful.
And they sued the photographer, and I think the photographer had to pay for the whole wedding ceremony to get done again, so they could get the photographs all done. As it, so it was like,
that's why you want insurance.
That
is
mega pressure by the way to make
Yep.
sure that everything's on point.
Definitely. That's why I'd never ever do wedding photography. It's the responsibility. It's huge.
Jesus. Like the anxiety is high, not just flying a drone, but the anxiety of making sure that everything is.
You know, our own wedding way back in paper days, it was terrible. Where the photography was awful. Yeah. It took ages to get the pictures back, and we knew why, because they're probably frightened to show us them.
The thing is, like the technology from now does give you a lot more scope and does things, but I wouldn't want to have that pressure and that responsibility personally. It's a business to get into. It's a good business to get into, but you need to have a background of being on the level and having the routine and knowing that you're going to take those shots and the drone's going to do a certain thing. And
it probably helps if you've done it as a freebie for people to begin with, where they don't have any great expectations, and you're the best that you can get.
Well, we'll just go around now a bit to test the wheel out.
Oh, the test the wheel again. Let's have a real look at the wheel. Testing the wheel.
Is this the best place, do you think, for a 1 o'clock? 10 o'clock pop?
Possibly is. You could walk that way. I'm just thinking the sun direction. Possibly we're that direction of it, so we're not kind of looking at the sun and making a better effect than that. Nicole's asking about getting the ball dropping as well, but I don't think it's possible to get the ball.
The ball is further down. I don't think that's going to.
It's along the way, yeah.
It's
a way kind of behind me, and it's up on Carlton Hill. And with the best will in the world, I don't think my zoom would be that capable of it. We'll have a look, see what I can get from up the top of the steps. I think I'm probably too far away. But we reckon if we go up to the right of this direction, as long as we can still see the ramparts, all those people there. Ah, that's what they're waiting for, Scott, look. They're up there waiting for it.
So, is that people? Is that you?
There's people. Lining the ramparts, waiting. So it must be just one of those cannons there. You can see something shining. One of those are all cannons.
So are we better there or are we better that side?
Let's have a look. Well, we've got 15 minutes, so we can try looking from that side. So all I'm getting is really blackness of the castle. It's very contrasty.
I'm going to get my DJI out, I think, as well. Because, I think the tree's going to block this, maybe.
Yeah, it probably will. Yeah. We'll see if it works out better further down. But I think we'll be back again and have to put up with the contrast.
Sun's just in that.
Not awkward position for it, because the further along we go, the more it clears the castle as well, and it's shiny on us. Best thing would be in the shadow of a tree, but having that clear. Round about here, actually. That's not bad, is it? Not bad. That looks perfect. This looks ideal. I see what you mean. Ah, yeah, with the drone. No, I wonder how I could do that. It's quite nice. So we've got 15 minutes until... Oh, it's pixelated now. Oh no. The image is a bit pixelated. Maybe I'll have to walk back a bit. Yeah, pixelated is no good.
Check my phone. Check to see what's up. How long have you been streaming for?
Yeah, ages, I don't know. 125 minutes.
Nice. Nice.
It's great. I mean, it doesn't use a lot of data. I'm surprised.
Okay. Oh, and quality just now.
Okay. So yeah. So if it's pixelated, maybe it's right. Of course, it's not horrible, right?
So it's okay.
Okay. So that looks okay at our end, but yeah, that doesn't really tell me much, does it? So what I'll do is, when it's nearer the time, if I was zooming in like that, how would that be for pixelation? Or would it be better like that? Far away or close up? Zoomed in or zoomed out? Ah, good. Yeah. I wonder if I should put my earplugs in. I always carry earplugs with me just in case things get a bit loud. Oh, people sitting behind me. Maybe they're waiting for it as well. Maybe they're just sitting. A lot of people forget about it. If you're an Edinburgh person, you probably totally forget that the gun is going to go off at all. Less sharp. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
It's the signals.
So it's not pixelated, but less sharp. I don't know why. I can move back along to a previous position and we'll see. If the sun is being covered by the clouds, then it'll be alright further back again. I'll move back again. You can let me know how it is. Plenty of time. I used to live about 11 miles west of Edinburgh, a little village called East Calder. And when the festival was on, the Edinburgh International Festival was on, the last day of it, up on the castle, we used to set off fireworks, and from my home, 11 miles away, you could make out rockets going into the sky. And again, when I must have been about 10 or 11 years old, my friends and I started walking along the road, which was quiet in those days. We started walking along the road towards Edinburgh, just following the way the buses went. And we ended up walking to Edinburgh. I don't think our parents missed us. Must have taken us about 3 or 4 hours to get to Edinburgh, I think. And we walked all the way along Princess Street. We walked up to the bus station, which in those days was in St Andrew's Square. We went to a local shop and bought ourselves some salted peanuts and maybe a carton of milk, I think. Then we got on the bus and got the bus home. Very daring. That's not bad, Scott, is it? Yeah, sun's hidden enough, yeah. How's that looking? Better? zoomed in a little bit like that. That should be fine, I think. If I zoom out, like that. And we got 9 minutes to go. Yeah, I like your idea, Nicole, of the drone, using the drone on Carlton Hill. If I got it on a fairly windless day, it's in a very exposed position, so I think most of the time there'll be wind up there, which might make it a problem for the drone, but yeah, on a windless day, the views you would get by drone would be absolutely phenomenal. Well, thanks very much for all the people looking in who have given me a like. It's very much appreciated, and I'm told helps the channel grow if I get likes. Maybe the videos and the live streams get offered more widely the more likes I get. And if you haven't seen my channel before, please have a look at some of my material, and if you like it, hi summertime. Oh, sorry. Summertime. Maybe in the summertime drone would work well. Or still, you're right, or still winter's day, possibly even better. A nice clear blue sky and good visibility, it would be perfect. You could send it right up, get a little tower shot.
That's actually nice because the sun's gone behind the clouds, so you get to see all the detail, you get to see all the...
That's true, I've seen people more.
There's
a lot of people up there.
Yes, we have,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
How many minutes? We've got 7 minutes to go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if anybody's looking in, what we're doing is waiting for the 1 o'clock gun, which is an artillery device fired up on the castle. I think it used to be an old cannon. Now it's a modern artillery, what would you call it? Cannon? Gun?
Yeah.
Which fires a blank, fortunately, otherwise we might lose a bit of the new time. Fires a blank at 1 o'clock every day.
See, we put the history onto that gun there, but in actual fact it's because two YouTubers like ourselves have turned up in Edinburgh and they're putting out all the stops for us. That's what it is. They just know that we were heading like, we need to start, have a celebration here.
Yeah, if you're looking in, you're getting all of that nonsense coming from Scott. This is Scott of Scott's Land channel. So have a look up Scott's channel. He actually knows all the history of things Scottish. So he'll tell you about the witches of Scotland and all the rest. He knows the kings and queens.
Myths and legends.
Myths and legends, yeah.
Us being the legends part, I think that's...
So it's Scott's Land, that's SCOTTSLAND, Scott's Land. I'll probably put the link down in the description afterwards when I get back to it. You can find it there.
It's a bit different, and it's just relax and just watch this sort of world go by. And
so if you hang around for 5 minutes, you'll hear the big bang. We're at Edinburgh Castle, just down from Edinburgh Castle. That's the castle
the
there.
big bang and the universe starting from there.
Yeah. The castle sits on a volcanic plug, big lump of basalt, and it's got the volcanic tail which goes down that way and forms the Royal Mile, the High Street, which leads down to the Palace of Holyrood, where we have been as well and done some videoing in the past, last year.
Not to be confused with the Church of Holyrood in Stirling. That's where Mary Queen of Scots was taken from. Mary Queen of Scots? I think it was Mary Queen of Scots. Oh no, it was her son.
James the First.
James the First. He was taken and from Stirling Castle to the Church of Holyrood.
Oh.
And he was whipped from his mother when he was a baby. His mother was at that point in fact not exiled, but she's imprisoned by who's on the right.
Elizabeth.
Who's by Elizabeth,
Yeah.
by her cousin.
So there we are. I'm looking there. I'm assuming I've covered the bit we need.
4 minutes.
So from that little roof there over to the chimney on the right. And yeah, got 3 minutes to go and then the gun will go. So this is the 1 o'clock gun being fired on Edinburgh Castle over Princess Street Gardens.
Pet cemetery up there as well. We've got that.
There's a pet cemetery too.
So actually, it's not far from the Gunners. If I remember, memory serves me rightly, there's a pet cemetery up there.
Oh yeah.
And I suppose the ghosts of dogs and cats and stuff. But I think it's the dogs from the owners of the army or whatever that were in there.
Right.
I don't know if you can now. I don't know. I think they must have closed it off for normal public if you want your dog or cat buried up there. But I think that was just more for. I'm going to say like the mascots, like the dogs and cats they kept in the castle at the time, so like the pet cemetery.
So we're looking at Princess Street Gardens waiting for the gun to go off.
Here's a random fact. I've just looked up a random thing about Edinburgh Castle.
A random thing coming up, okay?
King James IV had small holes built into the Great Hall so he could spy out on his courtiers. There you go. So there's loads of that.
James IV?
James IV, yeah.
Ah,
Wee peoples he's got.
never hear much about James IV, so now I know something about him.
There you go.
He was a voyeur.
He's a hoot. I see you.
One sees you.
One sees you, yeah.
So if you I've got 4 likes today, that's great. If anybody else is looking in who hasn't given me a little like, I'd appreciate it. If you'd click a like for me, if you don't mind. And if you wait another 1 minute, the gun should go off. Here we go. I wonder if I can do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All the cameras and stuff.
We need a second hand. Sometimes, right, I'm going to try and hold this as steady as possible so when it goes off I don't shake. Waiting for the 1 o'clock gun. It wasn't a moat, yeah, the Edinburgh Castle doesn't have a moat. It just had this big loch or lake at the bottom of it. To be honest, looking at the rocky surface there, it hardly needs a moat or anything to protect it on this side. It'd be hard enough to climb up there. Ready, get set. Oh my God.
What time is that then?
Oh, the 1 o'clock then. Oh. And that's it. I don't know why people are waiting. There's not going to be another one.
No.
Once a day. Did you hear that clearly enough? I'll probably need to look back at this.
Can you redo that? I don't know what angle of that. Yeah.
I think it came from the right a little bit, didn't it? It wasn't straight down. I think it was from about there. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there would have been a lot more smoke.
The guy that used to pull the cannon was called Tam. He's called Tam the Gun. And I'm sure if nobody else is watching wants to check out our Hogmanay celebrations at midnight, the cannon gets pulled, and it's a whole Tam. I think Tam's now passed away, but Tam's a bit of a legend. I think he liked the drum after as well, to be honest with you. But he was like, I don't know who the guy is now, but yeah, it was called Tam the Gun. He was always sort of ceremonial stuff, and it's the march through all the rest of it. But Tam the Gun. There you go. 1 o'clock.
So you've heard the 1 o'clock gun from Edinburgh.
You're prepared for it, but you still get a shock.
You still got a shock. I did shake when it went off. It was loud.
Funny.
Maybe I'll need to look at it again once I've made it public.
You could put that up a shot or something, you could edit that down. What time it in Edinburgh?
Yeah.
That's a better, because you can see a bit more there actually.
And everybody's seen the gun, heard the gun, and they've all gone. Pretty much all gone. Good. You can say, yeah, I've seen the 1 o'clock gun going off live. And definitely when you visit Europe, well, you've said you visited Europe but not the UK. Yeah, you need to come to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Come through to Glasgow as well, and we'll advise you of good places to see in Glasgow. I think Edinburgh does win, but Glasgow's got pretty good stuff too.
But they're just different cities. That's
Different cities. Yeah, one's more industrial,
just expect different things.
one's more historical. Yeah, Glasgow's more gritty, that's the favourite thing.
Yeah, it's gritty, it's got fancy, more kind of forest character behind it.
Yeah. Now, if you go to Edinburgh and you want to find something and you ask somebody in the street, nobody lives here.
No.
You go to Glasgow and you ask somebody in the street if you want somewhere, you need some help, and suddenly you've got a few people round about you because they're very friendly. Yeah, that's it. What are you looking for? I just try, I go this way. I'm going that way, come on this way. Yeah.
I didn't know that before Glasgow became the kind of core of the merchants and all
Thanks,
this.
Nicole. Let's say goodbye, Nicole.
Nice to
Thanks very much for looking at that. It's really nice of you.
And stuff, yeah.
Yep.
Separate a bit.
Comes round again. Thanks very much. Oh, that was good. You enjoy your day.
It's a bit cooler now when we're starting to...
It is a bit cooler now. We're going to find somewhere for a bit of lunch.
But before, yeah, Glasgow was the kind of shipping port, whatever of, the UK. Everything came into Edinburgh. Everything came into Leith.
Yeah.
Which also helped and aided.
It was all coming from Holland, France.
Right.
Bye, Nicole. Yeah, I think live streams count for viewing hours, but shorts don't.
Do we not?
No. I was kind of surprised and disappointed.
But they work, yeah, but it's like you have to have 10 million. They do work
You
differently.
do what, that's right. You need
But
to
not your total, but to
X
the
million.
separate short total.
Yeah. That's right. You have to have something like 4 million of them, but you can get away with 500 subscribers or something like that.
European football interview as well, I think. Hearts are playing UFC, I don't know, it's 20 or something, what's the German team maybe?
Oh.
But yeah, the Hearts are playing the European football side of Europe, I think Europa are
Piper. Get himself tuned up, and I think that's a Stuart tartan he's got.
Royal Stuart, I
It's
think
like the Stuart, the Royal Stuart tartan. To fit in the shells, Nicole is missing this.
He's tuning up the band. Yeah. Non-country?
What?
Non-country? Hey, good.
Take a photograph with that, please.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Hope you don't mind being live streamed onto my YouTube channel, because we're being live streamed. Look up, I'm Terry, right? Terry's Travels. Terry's Travels Scotland. Right? Terry's Travels Scotland.
We were part of the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee in a place in Cork, in Ireland, in Southern Ireland, and we arranged the parade for the last 10 years. And we're always interested in finding, like, the bagpipe. We're looking for pipe bands to come over.
So you're interested in any of this going on?
Absolutely.
If you're part of a pipe band?
Oh, absolutely. Do you want to take our name and number, Terry? If you hear of anyone?
Oh, yeah, do that. Have you got a pen?
Yeah.
We might have one
If
man.
you ever know of anyone who's like that, trip to Ireland and then they can... I have a pen here. Have you a pen? Yeah.
You got one?
Yeah. I'm going to get my pen. I know, yeah.
The live streaming here for...
No, you can write on that, but we have a book called the Hollywood. It's a local book. Would you like to take a photograph with that?
Yeah, this is your...
I'll take a photograph with that.
It's just a...
Well, I'm not here. Do you want to write something down?
Put your camera on to do some photographs of the book. They're looking for publicity. Ah, okay.
Everybody in, everybody in.
We're interested in getting pipe bands. There you go, Colin. Right, nice meeting you, Stuart. Nice meeting you. Thanks very much.
That's good.
So remember, it's Terry's Travels. Terry's Travels. I'm Terry. My channel's Terry's Travels Scotland. Yeah. And you'll find a link there to Scott. The lady
We
said
just put YouTube in and just... I'm Scotsland. So I just do... He does the kind of countryside walking thing and I just do...
That's the history side of things.
Yeah.
lovely. So any pipe bands?
Any pipe bands. If you want to feature in our parade,
Fantastic. When's the parade?
17th of March.
17th of March.
Look us
Okay.
up on Facebook.
My dad's birthday.
There you go. Look up. Did you write down Perry too? Yeah. Perry too, St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Lovely.
Yeah, there's loads of videos there.
Thank you very much. That was great.
That's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Enjoy your...
Bye, enjoy the rest. Bye. You're welcome.
Thousand subscribers, getting there.
Oh, getting there. This green man never got to red.
I know, it doesn't.
Oh,
When you get something to eat at some point as well. This is why I like Edinburgh, because you become you become a tourist, but you learn stuff and you can help people get to know them.
yeah.
And it just hits differently, man. It's just absolutely buzzing. Like, I love it.
Aye. Oh, yeah. Great.
So the subscribing away.
It'd be quite good if they start looking up tourist travellers now and they can carry on watching this as they go.
Yeah.
So what should we try? Should we try the National Gallery's calf for a burger or fish and chips? What do you fancy? I shall treat you to it. Or
If you want to go to the roast street or whatever and get something there, I don't know.
we'll try roast street. Yeah, roast street's nice. So if we go along to the and then straight up from your monument.
We're looking for a piper.
Sorry?
We're looking for a piper
Aye.
for St. Patrick's Day.
Aye, they're looking for actual bands.
Or the band,
They'll take a pipe band, yeah, they're quite happy.
the World Pipe Band Championships. That was the what's the year that Parahandy, what's that? The Zaire.
And the rain
And the
beer.
pipe band won the
Oh,
World
yeah.
Pipe Championship, so that's the band that's won.
Excuse me. Okay, cheers. Do 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 do. Yeah. Well, this is an exciting day in Edinburgh, in Princes Street. So if you've just arrived, you're looking in, please give me a quick like before you go. Hang about, and you never know what you might see. We've already heard the cannon going off in the castle at 1 o'clock. We've met a lovely group of Irish people looking for pipers and pipe bands to go to Ireland to join their March the 17th parade. And you get a cabaret as well.
That's jazz. Nice.
Yeah, there's some jazz I can stand quite well.
What's it? Again,
Freestyle jazz I don't care for too much.
It's not dominant. What's the expression? Was it Walter Scott's dad is buried in...
Oh, we saw his grave.
His dad, yeah, he's in Greyfriars.
The Greyfriars.
And it's just this, like, okay, I don't know if his dad was as important to he was, but
Yeah. As you go, and that's Sir Walter Scott, or at least a statue of him. And that's the Scott Monument in his honour. Look at the size of that. What we need now is a little gap in the traffic and we can skip across there. That's an old bus, look at that. Vintage bus.
oh yeah. Oh, that's the
City tour one, a red bus.
Cafe bus.
Oh, I see, afternoon tea
Get
tours.
high tea and stuff, yeah.
Oh, right.
It's a 20 or 30 or something like that, but you get a...
And to go to the lights, I suppose we've got to go to the lights. Cross properly. Excuse me. I think the way it is, we'll just have to leap across. Oh, there's a crossing there. Yeah, that's good. Live dangerously. Leap. Leap whenever possible. Do, 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 do.
When I was, you know what, that road still a road.
It stopped.
No bit. I was last year in summer in sort of August. The sun was setting and it was shining on those buildings down there. There was this kind of golden
Yeah.
effect going on there. It was just
Beautiful. Yeah.
It was just that Paddington moment.
I always call it theatrical lighting in this. Yeah.
It is more than ever. It's just
Yeah.
that was the day I went to see. I was through about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Went to see Randy Feltface. I was just walking all over. I forgot to eat the drink. It wasn't until I thought I need to go home. I need to get a cup of coffee and a sandwich in there. I'm like, oh my god, I'm done. I'm so done.
Oh, I've got a green man. Want to go to the middle? Oh, let's go to the middle. Look left, that's alright. Straight up there and gets you onto Rose Street. It does. Oh yeah.
And the balls also.
Yeah. Carlton Hill up there with some of the typical Greek style architecture up there. That's just a folly up there. It hasn't been anything. It wasn't the Acropolis removed and rebuilt?
No. But that's Stefan Morrow as well. So.
And that's the Nelson's monument up there.
Is it two? I don't know. Is it two? I don't know. Like, you go
Who's got most places up to the top of that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I've never thought of it. Yeah. So we're now looking for coming away from Princess Street. This is Princess Street. We're going up South St Andrew Street, looking for somewhere to get a bite to eat in Rosette Street. So if you're looking in, hang on with us for a wee bit and I'll take you into Rose Street. Which is a great place for eating in Edinburgh. If you're joining us now, you've missed quite a bit already because I've been live streaming for a couple of hours. Really, since we came to Edinburgh, I've been live streaming. So you can look back on this. I'll make it live as soon as I get the chance. It is, I think, yeah. St Andrew Square. I think I've lost Rose Street. I think you lose Rose Street. It must be over that side. You do, you get a view of the Firth of Forth, the River Forth estuary down there. Should be able to see if I zoom in, certainly. Edinburgh has now a limited tram system which goes all the way from here to the airport. I can't remember if it does it actually go down to Leith or did it not get that far with the tram here. This is St Andrew Square. Edinburgh trams. Royal Bank. Yeah, no me. Surprised I haven't got it up on the side of the trams. Yeah. The lost those street must be that side.
Yeah, maybe. Just having it. Good chain and all your designer and stuff around here.
Yeah.
There's that old bus.
Yeah. Crossover. Alright.
But then you've got the hill, you've got two different styles about.
Oh, you got the kind of older style versus proper Georgian stuff. I know, these wee windows look as if they might be Georgian too.
Maybe, yeah. And the ladies having a lovely day out.
So we're now walking about the new town side of Edinburgh. The north side. There's that Henry Dundas statue there. So the guy on the column, if you're interested in the history of it, there you go. Henry Dundas, first Viscount Lord Melville. I wonder if he's got stuff to be ashamed of as well or not. Yeah.
Dundas also had democratic descent in Scotland and both Fleming expanded out something in Colonial War. Yeah, he was impeached in the United Kingdom when this was old money and although fatigue, he never dealt with it up again. Yeah.
Doing anything?
So, his impact society had technology role in delaying the abolition of slavery.
Ah, instrumental in deferring the abolition. Yeah.
His impact on society to acknowledge his role in delaying the abolition of his... Oh, okay, I see, right. Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't a total good guy then.
No.
Oh, no, good to the property, you know.
South Africa played Scotland and all Liverpool Saturday. So you've got the Europa League stuff for Hearts today, and you've got the South Africans coming in for Thursday.
Yeah, it keeps the place busy. All helps, doesn't it? Lying on the ground.
Lying on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you want to be heading that way.
Yeah.
So that's on the back there, so designer places like Ruby Collins, Gucci, Mulberry, Tag Heuer, all down that way, having it.
edge of the grid system here.
That's nice. Peru to I think that's on tour, that thing, I think, that bench. It's the London.
Oh, right.
So I kind of maybe an anniversary, something to a book or whatever. I think it's so popular.
Adults. I'll dive in for one. I'll do a lot of just a sit. You can do one on that as well if you don't mind. But
What's it on?
portrait, I suppose. Right, both in. Yeah. Cheers. Very nice. What one? Hey, boy, in the book.
Give you that, and again, you go with that.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, leave your sounds all on you.
That'll do, thank you.
Okay.
From one celebrity to one.
Take a lot along the signage for Fun Road.
Oh, that's class.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's amazing. Love that. Love that. Welcome to Edinburgh.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've some food.
I think so. It's been that way in a while, isn't it? Oh, I hope you're enjoying this. Anybody looking in still? And if you are, please click on your like. I've got 4 likes. Been over 2 hours and I've had 4 likes. Oh. It's hard to tell how many people looking in. Yeah, if you're looking in quietly in the background here, because I think it's possible to look without actually being seen as being there. I've sometimes had, oh yeah, I always go for a green man. Even if you don't want to cross the road, if you see a green man, you just have to take it. Yeah, if you're looking in, have a look at my other videos, many live streams. A lot of them from up hills. But a number like this in Edinburgh or Glasgow or other cities in Europe. And if you like what you see, subscribe, of course. And we're going along a Rose Street. Oh, oil, oh, there's oil. Rose Street, North Lane, Abbotsford. We're looking for somewhere to eat. Yeah, people dot into live streams for a few seconds sometimes and disappear again.
People just scroll and run through.
Yeah, find something interesting to hang about and watch. It's not their thing, off we go. We almost went in there once, didn't we, for a drink? You had to queue up, and it was really dear, I think, for a beer at the time. Nowadays, £6 is the price you pay. I think those days it started, it was £6. What do you think? Haggis fritters, £4, whatever. Quite clear to see now the sun's going down there. Actually, you can see the camera obscura up there.
Can, yeah.
There we go.
Good spotted you, man. You're here.
Oh, it's my kind of shirt. No prices on it.
plans for the local account. That is that's a plane or an earthplane. Heidenheim. German, Heidenheim in Germany. So why should we do the eventually all the time?
Cheap place for looks of it. Scots spoon chips, or those are steakhouse chips, haggis, whiskey sauce with cheese. Oh, lots of fish and chips. Pie of the day, stick pie, chips, please. Yeah. Fancy that?
Oh, it's okay. It's like I said.
Go for it. I'm quite happy with that. Go for yeah. We'll go for fish and chips, or won't be a pie of the day. Decisions. Okay. Yep, brilliant. I'll get into a pub for something to eat, so I'll probably have to stop live streaming, so thanks all who are still looking in. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Trying to find so much eating. That's the thing. It's fucking nice. You hold on there. Perfect. For the noise, I'm unplugging my charge. There we go. Yeah, it's still going. I'll just keep it for a bit. I've got an order on anyway. Sorry? Yeah, definitely. I shall get them. I'll tell you, you get the pints and I'll get the dip there for lunch. Good old steak pie. Good old steak pie. Can't go wrong. Go from the way to get half your lunch and I'll get them for
So it does me, that's right.
That's okay. Can I have a Scott Aussie you wanted? One left pie, I think.
Yeah, Mac, is that the guy that invented that as well, yeah? Aye. That's right for you. For the mac and cheese and the pie.
Okay, thanks very much. Try a bite for that. Easiest way.
Can't eat that, huh?
Take your receipt, Bob.
No, hi, that's okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Just give me a glass of water as well, please. Yes, Do I ice it or not? No, just add this.
Oh, battery's fine, it's full. No, not the battery, this is full. That charge pack can charge pack can keep going all day and do loads of things with it. So yeah, so if anybody's still looking in, please say hello at least, otherwise I'm going to end this rather than just having a watching beer. So if you're looking in from anywhere, say hello. Leave a little like if you don't mind. Well, check my stuff out. If you like my stuff, you like live streams particularly, especially from up on hills, as I did day before yesterday. And check out my channel and subscribe. Why not? Make an old man very happy, as they say. Yes, tag. We've had a fun day in Edinburgh so far. Fun morning. We've hung about Tracy Street Gardens waiting for the famous 1 o'clock gun to go. It was much enjoyed by Nicole, I think, who hung around with us waiting online for it to happen. So there you are. That's about it. Thank you whoever's still watching. Say hello before you go if it's your last chance.
There we go.
There we are. That's a quick look around an Edinburgh pub in Rose Street in Edinburgh. What's the pub called?
The Black Rose.
The Black Rose in
Kind
Edinburgh.
of a metal music kind of place. Very cool.
There you are. So this is the place, and that's where we're saying goodbye from. So thank you very much for. Oh, a wee quick. Can we do this? Yeah, let's turn the wrong way around. Probably in there as well, and hey,
There we go.
Cheers, Edinburgh. Cheers, Slanger. Slanger.
oh, nice pint too. Lovely. Oh, got another light from somebody. Magic. Cheers. Cheers for that light. Fabulous. Okay, put this on to, I'll make this public now. If you want to say it from the beginning, you can do.